Hello and welcome back to our Bannerlord modded playthrough, and you can see here that I've been doing a bunch. Oh yeah, I've been doing a bunch of money making basically. That's it. That's all I've been doing in my off-screen time, and I've been attempting to get to a point where I might actually be able to impact the game in some way. Because as it stands right now, there are still no enemies for us to fight. But don't worry, because that is hopefully going to change in just a second. You can see right here we're still gaining the wonderful 2,150 dinars and the 650 from Botania and also from Royalist Vlandia. But as you can see down here, we have 100% support for a war declaration. And this is against those guys. These guys right here in the sort of center area of the little water area. Ugh, I don't even know what to call it. It's like a, I don't know, trading lane, I guess you could call it. Something like that. Anyway, let's see what we can do, because I only have 256 influence. I don't know whether this is going to be enough, although it says 100% support, right? And I've had a look. Oh, wait a minute. They're actually saying that they want to declare war against these guys too. Who are these fellows? Who are these guys? I actually have no idea who the... Ah, they are those fellows. Oh, yes, I know them. Okay, so if we go over here, you can see where... yeah, these are those guys. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. Well, that's pretty far away. I would personally prefer to try and take this, because it is right on our doorstep, and it is a very lucrative town for us to capture for a variety of reasons. If I can take it for myself, if I can claim ownership over it, then this is going to give us so much extra cash, it's not even going to be funny. It's really going to be so incredible for us. So I'm going to try and see if we can get a war going. Yes, apparently it is going to work. That's fantastic. Alright, so I'm just going to spend 40 influence here because I want to keep 100 back just in case I get to a point. Oh dear. Aha. Quartanian Vlandia. Where's those? Where are those guys? Okay. Quartanian Vlandia. That is not the Royalist Vlandia. That is Oh, they are very far away. Okay, I don't need to worry about those guys at all, and I assume that their strength, their combat strength is not that good. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah. Their combat strength is pretty low in comparison, and you can see here that these guys' combat strength, obviously due to the fact that they only have one town, is very minuscule anyway. So we should have a pretty easy time of things here, right? Right? Please? Yes, maybe? Cross fingers? Anyway, let's see what we can do here. I'm really excited about this actually, because I don't know whether you can tell, but I'm going a little bit stir crazy. Oh, hello. Alright, let's be a little bit careful here. Don't want to go into a battle against these guys. I have no idea whether these fellows are actually any good, but they seem to be using Imperial units for the most part. So what I want to do is I primarily want to be very, very cautious about their armies. I don't really want to get into a battle with them unless it is a battle that I can potentially win. Obviously against 330 units, that's most likely not going to be the case because, you know, 330 units, that's a pretty significant number. So let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to stay relatively close by. Aha, hello there. Yes. Oh, that is perfect. Absolutely perfect timing. Oh, yes. This is great. Okay, so... Oh. Why do they do that? Why do they do that? Okay. Yeah, so these options have changed. The order has changed. I think that's probably because of the diplomacy mod, most likely. So whenever I say, I want to fight you, it's actually, I've changed my mind, you may go on your way. So yeah, we're just going to do this way this time. There we go. Finally. Ah, yes, it's about time that we got into a really, really nice fight here. Okay, so I'm still using the Battle Basher, but I think in my travels and in my various crafting attempts to create something relatively nice, I have been able to unlock one of the longer handles for a polearm that could potentially be used to have a couch lance. And so I am hopeful that we'll be able to do that relatively quickly after this, once we have potentially eliminated that rather large army of 330 or something like that. Then that would be quite nice. I'm actually just going to do... No, I don't want to tell them to stop. I want to tell them to auto-delegate. There we go. We're just going to tell them to auto-delegate because most of the time that is going to result in the allied units actually working very, very well in tandem with our own units. And that's primarily what I really want to see here. Oh, I really wanted to get a nice hit on that person there. But no such luck. No such luck. Maybe we can get another one. Oh, someone's running. Someone's lost their horse. Why'd you lose your horse, sir? Oh, never mind. Yeah, I was about to bonk him on the head, but apparently he said no thank you, and then he just sidestepped it a little bit, which is not very nice. Oh, that was some nice damage, but not enough to eliminate the mount. And this is not a very long-reaching weapon. That is problematic. For a variety of reasons, as you can quite clearly tell. Ah, yes. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to deal with that guy. Not in a million years. It's one of those, you know? It's one of those situations where if I were to attempt to do this more, shall we say, vigorously, I'm just going to get murdered. Actually, I could have killed him right there, but apparently I decided to be a little bit... yeah, never mind. Okay, I missed my opportunity right there. Oh well, never mind, never mind. Still a little bit rusty from my time away. But let's just have a look. Oh, no, that's some nice damage. Oh, yeah. That is what I like to see. Oh, yes. There we go. There we go. Let's level up my riding skill, shall we? Let's try and get my riding skill leveled up as much as we possibly can. Okay, here we go. Nice. Look at that. I want more of that. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Give me that crossbow skill. And it's just wonderful. Really? Did I miss that? Are you serious? Come on now. What? What is actually going on here with my weapon? Apparently, well, I'm dead because I got shot in the face. Yeah, I got absolutely shot in the face. That is to be expected, of course, but there you go. That is indeed a victory. And we did level up a huge amount of our riding skill and our crossbow skill at the same time, so I'm pretty happy with how that went, to be honest, even though I did get myself eliminated by a headshot, but that is what I would expect to get from a headshot. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be in a situation where I get headshot and then I'm like, wait a minute, I just took 2 damage. Like, you know, it should work both ways. Sure, you know, if the enemy is going to take 2 damage to the head, then obviously I'm going to take 2 damage to the head. And this is obviously with the combat mod installed. Obviously, if you've seen the previous episode, then you'll know that I uninstalled that because I really just didn't like the way that it changed the game. Which is kind of sad because I felt like if the headshots were just a little bit tweaked to make it so that they did actually still cause insta-kills for the most part, then it would be okay. I think that would be perfectly fine, and I think the changes that they made were very reasonable. Anyway, as you can see right here, we're now at 136 riding skill. We leveled up from, like, what was it, 89 or something like that? And now we have 136, all due to those very few crossbow shots that I fired off into the main body of enemies. Anyway, decrease mounted accuracy penalties, increases your mount top speed, increases campaign speed by 2%. Alright, okay, so I'm actually going to go for mounted accuracy penalties right here, because we're primarily going to be using our crossbow on a mount, obviously. And let's have a look here. If you join an ongoing battle of your allies, your party starts with +10 battle morale. That's pretty decent, actually, but I don't really like the fact that this is my only choice. Why is this my only choice in this particular perk line? There should be 2 choices here, or 3, or 4, or 5, or whatever. You know, I feel like maybe the developers should look at a game like, I don't know, look at a game like Path of Exile, for example. Like, when you first start playing Path of Exile and you think to yourself, wait a minute, I'm going to have a look at my talent tree real quick. And then all of a sudden, boom, the universe explodes in your head, and you're just like, what? What is this? This is an absolute monster of a skill tree, talent tree, whatever you want to call it. And there are just so many different choices for a potential character build. And that's the kind of thing I would like to see in this game. Maybe not so complex, obviously, because, you know, when it comes down to it, this is more of a sort of medieval open world simulator rather than an RPG, but it does have RPG elements. And so having those kinds of customization options for your character's development would be pretty fun, in my opinion. I feel like they would be pretty cool. But let me know what you think anyway. I mean, I know a bunch of you are probably fans of Path of Exile. If you're not, then you must be a fan of some other RPG of some kind. So, you know, maybe there's going to be some other RPG system out there that would be more suitable than just choosing between two different options. I feel like there should just be more. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just my thing. I don't know. I guess it's because basically what I want this game to be is like a true RPG, but very much in sort of like Bannerlord style, because I feel like that could be super, super fun. And it seems like my caravans are getting absolutely massacred. Yeah, you have no idea how many I lost in my off-screen time. Literally every couple of days I would lose a caravan, and I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I gained 5,000 gold back, which I suppose is pretty good. And then I just invested that in a little bit of trading, and then I did that, and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, it seems as though, our army is going over there to perform the siege, which I think is actually a pretty good idea. If they didn't do that, then they're just going to be wasting time chasing after this army here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick around here, because this guy might actually want to do battle with this army, and we're gonna maybe help him out. Oh yeah, I actually do need to change the Battle Basher. I am not a big fan of this weapon. It only has 140 reach after all, so I think that's the primary reason why it's not really doing very well for me at the moment. And instead, I'm actually going to try using the Ziston. I know, this is not something that I particularly liked with the battle mod installed, but maybe without it, it might be a little bit more fun for me to use. So we'll see how that goes. But actually, we should probably go into the smithy as I say that, because there is a probable... Here we go. There's a probable way for me to create a couch lance. So let's see if I can actually do that. Alright, we're going to have to do something a little bit here. We're going to have to get some steel. Gonna have to get some more steel. Gonna have to get some fine steel, I guess. And then we probably want to get some more charcoal as well. We can actually smelt a couple of these wooden hammers down so we can get some more hardwood. And there we go. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Alright, so let's have a look here. So this is an extra long fine steel spearhead. It has 72 length by itself. This has 70. Thrust damage factor, well, this one's obviously best, so let's just increase that a little bit, increase the length on that thing. What does this actually do? These things don't actually do anything, they just increase the difficulty of it, I suppose. Okay, so now, I think we do have the ability to create a couch lance now. There it is. There's the couch lance. Okay, so now, what do we want to do? Do we want to increase the weapon reach? Yeah, I suppose we should, right? We should probably do that, so... Let's get one of these things on, because this is going to... Oh, no, that's actually awful. Okay, we probably don't want that. Can we get something that increases the length even more? Or is that the longest tip of the polearm that we can get? No, that seems to be the longest. Okay, that's actually kind of interesting. All right, well, let's do that then. Let's do this. And let's do that. Okay, there we go. All right, let's do it, and we'll see what we can get. So this is going to be kind of interesting, because this is the first time we're using a couch lance in a very long time, especially considering the only time that I used it recently was with the battle mod install. So let's have a look here. What are we going to call it? Ah, you know, I have no idea. I have no idea. Let's have a look. Thrusting greatness. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect name. Yes. I bet you wish you'd thought of that. Oh, yes. Absolutely. It's not a terrible name at all. It is absolutely terrible. Tell no one. Alright, so let's have a look and see where this army is going. These guys, do you want to come... Oh, no. They are actually not coming to help, because they seem to have run out of... they seem to run out of food. Yes. They seem to have run out of food, so obviously this is going to be very bad. As you can see, they are actually getting taken prisoner by these guys because they decided to stick around here and do random stuff for some unknown reason, and now we are having some much bigger war exhaustion than we really know what to do with. So it seems like, to me, I'm going to have to be the one to save the day, which is probably not the best idea, let's just say that, because I am very much not very, well, I'm not reliable at all when it comes to being a vassal. Let's have a look what's going on here. Are you not going to take that, you imbecile? Is he not, is he literally, oh, okay, so apparently he's coming over here to defend. What do you bet? No? No, he's just traveling to Sanala. Okay, this is a very strange individual indeed, isn't it? Okay, well, we have a bunch of vassals surrounding these guys. Basically, my plan right now is to just wait until these guys get significantly wounded or weakened by the garrison in the castle, and then to go in just before the castle gets taken. That is hopefully going to be how we do things, as you can see. Now, this guy's army is going to come over here, which is really bad, because he's super slow, and it's not actually going to make any difference whatsoever. We're not going to... Oh, they're actually going in? Are you serious right now? Okay, I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised about that. I thought that they were going to be... they were going to be a lot more, shall we say, hesitant about attacking that, but apparently they weren't. Apparently that was exactly what they wanted to do. Very surprising. Okay, so yeah, this is the kind of couch lance I love. Okay, this is perfect. You get to use your shield, which is great, especially on especially on the fact that you're just gonna get murdered if you don't have a shield at this point. You really are gonna get murdered super fast. Nice. Look at that, 600 damage. That's what I want to see, especially to the head. Look at that. That's great. Okay, perfect. Very nice to see that, finally. Now maybe I can do some damage here with my crossbow as well. Nice. That was a nice headshot right there, too. Wow, that's the first time I've seen my horse actually rear up in a very long time. Alright, let's see if I can do some more damage with my little polearm here. Nice! Look, see, now that's exactly what I was talking about. That's the kind of damage I want to see from a couch lance in normal aspects and normal situations. You know, obviously, if I'm moving at a snail's pace, then I expect to do, well, snail damage. But in general, I want to see things like these insane hits. I want to see 500 damage coming out from that thing. No matter what you hit, whether you hit the guy's little finger or whether you hit his face, I want to... Okay, I actually did die massively right there. But did you see how I went floppy all over the place? That was absolutely hilarious. But yeah, that is the kind of thing I want to see. I want to see massive damage from these couch lancers. And it's basically the same thing with what I just had happen to me. Being taken out with such a fast and vicious attack, it's realistic in that sense. And while I am not that big a fan of super hyper realistic sort of gameplay at the best of times, because let's face it, some of the time realism tends to add non-fun elements, but it very much depends on obviously what you want out of your game and your experience with that game. But for me specifically, I really want to see these massive hits with polearms, and the same thing with being, you know, with being headshot or headshotting people. I feel like you should do good damage with that, right? You know, that kind of makes sense, yeah? Anyway, let's see if we can... Oh, these guys are actually pretty good. I'm going to take all of them, thank you very much. I am going to get rid of a couple of tier 2 or tier 3 units if I need to, so a couple of these guys will definitely do the business right there. We'll get rid of a couple of those. That's not too bad. How about these guys? There we go. And we're pretty good. Let's actually take these guys back, because I think I have enough space. Yes, I have enough space for those. Alright, we'll take all the prisoners just because we are relatively close to where we want to be. Ooh, hello there. Okay, yeah, I can't use this just yet, unfortunately, because I am going to need that skill from the crossbow tree or whatever to be able to use any bow on a mount. Or any crossbow on a mount or something like that. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Oh, this guy needs to get taken down. Unfortunately, I can't really do anything about that. Oh. They actually surrendered, amusingly enough. So I guess I just get a couple of prisoners for me to take, which I guess is pretty decent. Oh, and we get a little bit of supplies as well. Nice food supplies there, too. Okay, I'm liking that. Anyway, alright. Let's see what's actually going on here now. So, did I actually level up anything? Well, my riding skill's almost leveled up. My polearm's almost leveled up. My crossbow's almost to 100 as well. That is good. Now, the one thing that we need to look out for is we need to make sure that our castle does not get taken. Because that is the one thing that we really want to try to protect as much as we possibly can. Because that has a number of pretty decent units in the garrison there. I obviously have a bunch of tier 3, tier 4 units in there just from the improved garrisons mod doing its thing. And hopefully that's going to help us in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so we're now going to follow these guys across the water and maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to participate in a siege. And speaking of that, I actually don't have a weapon to participate in that siege, do I? No, I do not. So what do I actually want to use here? I really don't have anything, do I? Well, seems like I have the opportunity to do that then. Okay, let's go into the smithy and see if we can make a one-handed something or other that is actually going to be really, really good. Okay, yeah, so we've gotten someone to rejoin us. We're going to create a caravan for her once again. There we go. She can just go off and do whatever she wants to do now. And now this is going to be a little bit problematic, because on the one hand, I'd like to get a mace, because maces are really good at penetrating like heavy armor, and there's a lot of heavy armor in this mod. Technically, due to open source armory, a lot of people have very, very good armaments and things. But as we've seen so far, maybe one-handed swords might actually do just as much as we want them to do. But I'm thinking maybe an axe? No, an axe is... Now, here's the thing. The problem with axes... they're just not very fleshed out. You can see that right here. I mean, literally, look at the amount of axe heads that you can choose from. It's literally like just a scroll down worth 1 second. But if you choose swords, it's a scroll down of literally like 4 or 5 seconds. There's a huge amount of choice for one-handed swords. So I think, in my opinion, there needs to be many, many more one-handed axes or something like that. Anyway, what about maces? Ooh, we've got a bunch. We have a bunch of maces right here. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. Okay, let's have a look. What about something like this? This seems pretty cool because it's got piercing damage, but that means it can also thrust. Not a big fan of thrusting with maces. I think that is kind of bad. So I'm thinking we'll probably go for something like this. Maybe something like this. This seems pretty fun. Yeah, it's got more length. It adds more length to it, which is pretty nice because it's already going to be relatively short. Let's just see. Can we improve its reach even further? Can we get to about 70? It seems not. Alright, we're gonna just go for this one then. That seems to be all I can really do. Unfortunately, there's still, again, not that much customization with maces. And this is gonna be called, bash your face. Thanks. There we go. Okay, that... I mean, it's the English way, right? You know, bash your face in. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, very good. Oh, wow. It's actually... What? This sells for a pretty decent amount, hilariously enough. Wouldn't have expected that, but there you go. Okay. So, if we do get into another field battle, which is highly unlikely at this point, because we did just eliminate their only army, as far as I'm aware. But if we do get into another battle, then I'll just use my crossbow for the most part. And then maybe I'll get off my mount and maybe do a little bit of foot soldiering. And, you know, show them my foot. And that's it. And then they'll just run away. Yeah, that's what we'll do, hopefully. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Okay, this is... Ooh, we're making peace with these guys? They want to make peace? Are you serious? I'm actually not going to resolve this right now because they might resolve with these guys as well. And I actually want the siege to begin. So I'm hopeful that we might be able to do that. Actually, should I just join the army? Should I just join the siege right here? Join the continuing siege. There we go. Okay, so now I can actually join the siege. Let me just head in here real quick. I just want to make sure that I've upgraded everyone that can possibly be upgraded. And let's join the continuing siege. Because that means that we might be able to get some engineering skill. I'm not entirely sure whether we need to actually join the army to get engineering skill. Yeah, it seems like we do. So that is a little bit unfortunate. And our kingdom is going to receive 560 tribute daily. That's pretty good, I've got to say. That is pretty nice. Okay, I'm actually going to join the army because I want to get engineering skill if at all possible. And yeah, we have made peace with them. That's actually fantastic because we are still at war against these guys, which is amazing. That's really, really good. So let's see what happens now. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, they've actually started attacking. All right, so what's actually going on here? The AI is really smart. Have you noticed? Look at what they've done here. They literally just built all 4 trebuchets. They don't usually do that, right? Is that just me? I think they don't usually do that, which is actually kind of amazing. Okay, let's do it. Let's go in and attack. This is going to be the first time that we're really going to be going in to a siege that is actually going to be something that we can impact the result of, I think for the most part at least, because last time I did get myself eliminated very, very fast. Just generally because I was shot in the face, which is obviously not very good. Yeah, it's just not particularly good, right? Yeah, not particularly good. Anyway, let's see if I can maybe get a couple of headshots in the meantime as well. There's a bunch of enemies over there, as you can see. Maybe I can get off my mount, and maybe we can do a little bit of snipey action. Ooh, almost. A little bit more elevation. There we go. Okay, we're hitting, but we're not taking him down. Ah, a little bit more. Got him. Nice. Look at that. 3 points of crossbow. Ah, he got taken down. Okay, well, we only have 14 bolts remaining. Unfortunately, the bolts and their amount are still pretty low, so it is a bit of a struggle to use them in prolonged fights, but I'm hopeful because this is kind of an imperial city that we might very well have the opportunity to replenish our bolts. Oh, nice headshot. Unfortunately, they're now starting to move, so that's obviously not very good. And my horse, where's my horse gone? Apparently my horse has run off. Yeah, well, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Jeffrey. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, okay, this might be problematic. My shield is not very good, as you can quite clearly tell. It does not actually shield my face from anything. And that's not particularly good. Can I actually get it to raise up? Apparently that is the raised option. Or maybe it's just because this shield doesn't have those kinds of modifications that I can make to it. Yeah, well, never mind. I mean, it's good enough, but hopefully it's going to be good enough to actually get me to the walls and not have me take significant damage along the way. Ooh, hello there. I'm going to shoot this guy. Nice. There's 100 crossbow skill. Did he run? Or is he dead? I'm not entirely sure. Nice. There we go. Take out that guy. And my athletics is also leveling up as well at this point, which is really good. Oh, we lost someone. Oh, we lost. Wow, it's actually amazing. This Heroes Must Die mod, in my opinion, is really amazing because it literally updates and tells you in real time that someone has perished. And in my opinion, that is super immersive, adds so much to the atmosphere, and it really brings home, hey, this is dangerous, you know? This is a dangerous activity to undertake, and yeah, I mean, look, she died right there, behind us, right there. And that could have been us, you know what I mean? It's kind of insane. Anyway, I'm doing massive damage. Hello there. Oh yeah, this mace is great. Oh, this mace is perfect. I don't know whether you can tell, but it is absolutely perfect for this kind of siege because we are right in there. We basically have no chance for any kind of stoppage of my attack. Oh, okay, this might be problematic. This is actually bad. We seem to have been pushed back, fellows. Yes, we seem to have been pushed back. Well, this is going to be slightly bad. Yes. This is going to be Where are my... Oh, as you can see, they have been pushed back by some random peasants. I never. Well, I never. That is absolutely awful, isn't it? Okay, well, I'm just going to stand here, I guess. And I can't really do much about it, unfortunately. Hello there. Ah, you're blocking. Yeah, I'm going to die. I'm going to die here. Hopefully I'm just not going to actually die. Yeah, no, I'm alive. I'm alive. Whew. That was close. Yeah, I would have taken over my brother's control, so I suppose that wouldn't have been too bad. But yeah, that was... I gotta say, that was really disappointing. I don't know why these guys decided to let themselves be pushed back. Because you can see here that we had a completely free area for us to go into, and yet they just decided not to do that. So yeah, really, really disappointing there, but I guess that's the defender's advantage, isn't it? I mean, that's exactly what's happening right now. You can see that the attackers and the defenders, look at the amount of kills on either side. The attackers are getting about 50 or so kills less, actually now 70 or so kills less than the attackers are getting. So it really is making a huge difference to the overall likelihood that this is actually going to be a victory here. You can see here, look at this. They're having major problems. But we did get to try out our mace, and the mace is fantastic. For close quarters combat, I couldn't really ask for anything better. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end the battle here, because I'm pretty sure that all that I'm going to get is my forces just getting eliminated much more, and these guys are easily going to be able to take this. I'm pretty sure they will be able to take that, right? Question mark? Oh, maybe they won't. Look at this. They're actually... Oh, yeah, they're going to lose, I think. They might actually... Yeah, I think they might actually lose. Woo, now that says everything that you need to know. Apparently, that is just really harsh. Decreases your armor weight by 30%. That seems pretty fun to me, in my opinion. However, while on foot, your weapon handling is increased by 10%. In my opinion, that could be really fun, because that's going to enable much faster weapon speed. And I'm thinking that that is something that I would like to go for, because an enemy beating you just due to their increased attack speed, that's something that I really hate. So I'm going to try for the increased attack speed here. And then what do we have with crossbows? Your ranged troops gain +2 experience per day, and ranged troops in a garrison provide 30% more security. That's actually fantastic, because we are the governor of our own castle. Do bear that in mind. We don't actually have to appoint governors. I know some people have been saying that they've been telling me to appoint governors for a long time, but that's the thing. If I own these things, I myself am the governor of them. So I don't actually need to appoint any companions, to take beneficial effects from these perks, because I myself am providing them. So that's something to bear in mind. I actually found that out not that long ago, only about like a month ago or something like that, that I found that out. So, and that was thanks to one of you as well. So thank you very much for letting me know about that. Anyway, increase the morale. I don't care about morale. So we're actually going to go for Renown Marksman. I think that seems pretty good. Gaining more security for our castle. That is only going to see to increase our loyalty that much more at any particular garrison that we have in the future as well, which is going to make a huge difference. Unfortunately, it seems as though these guys are actually going to lose, and yes, they did indeed lose. That's actually insane. I am super surprised about that. And you can see here that the war exhaustion is very even, in fact. I am super surprised that they weren't able to do that with 1,000 units, but again, it does very much show that the defenders have an overwhelming advantage, which is exactly what they should have. You know, defenders definitely should have the advantage in most cases, unless the attackers decide to take out all of their walls or something like that, which they did not decide to do, which was the exact reason why it was so difficult. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing if we can maybe take this out in the next episode. And otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.